Hey everybody, it's Kerry with Filmmaker Central, and we have yet another RGB video light we're going to check out. This is the LAOFAS Rainbow Fresh. Silly name, cool light. Stay right there. We'll be right back. All right, yet another RGB video light. Like, if you've been a fan of this channel for a long time, last year I did a bunch of these lights. This year it looks like I'm starting off, well, not starting off, it's almost the end of the summer here, but end of summer, I guess getting ready for Christmas time anyway, we got a few video lights to check out. This one is pretty cool. Since it has some specs right here on the back, I'm just gonna read them off real quick. Has a color temperature range of 2500 to 8500. That's huge. Accuracy is plus or minus 100, which is negligible. I mean, that's insignificant. But 2500 is one of the lowest I've seen. 8500, definitely the highest I've seen. RGB color gamut, 0 to 360 degrees, like all the other RGB lights. Takes 8 watts of power. Battery capacity, 3.7 volts. It's got a 3000 milliamp hour battery. Weight's 157 grams. Integrated aluminum alloy body, full color 360 degree hue, precise remaining time display. We'll see how that is. Adjustable color temperature, standby mode, multiple scene effects simulations. So probably not the best translation to English on some stuff, but hey, I think it's going to work. And we've got a big manual here, which has a bunch of different languages in it. Fortunately, you won't have to dig too long if you're English speaking, because that's chapter 2. But here's the light. Little tiny guy. Recently, I did the digital photo, so you can see kind of a size comparison there. It's a little bit smaller than the digital photo, but not significantly. This is bigger because it has that honeycomb grid on it. But this guy feels really small, but it also feels really good because it's a full aluminum body. It's got the diffuser on the front, no other accessories like honeycomb grids or anything on it, but we'll get to that. Let's see, inside here, it's got a USB-C charging cable and this little kind of padded mesh pocket that should keep it fairly well protected, so I'm pretty happy with that. Let's get to the light. Okay, we'll start with one side here, 1/4-20 metal threads, super good. Glad they're not plastic, love that. Bottom, 1/4-20 over there, really good. This side has the USB port for charging and the power and mode controls over here, which are recessed, which is really nice. On the top, we have set, plus and minus, and on the back, these are labeled along with a small screen. Now let me compare it to the screen on this other one. That's a little bit smaller than the digital photo, but as long as it's usable, I don't care. So let's go ahead and turn this guy on. All right, and it's starting in some police mode or something, but let's try and get to a more normal mode to start off with. All right, so we're at 5600, that's 6000. All right, so first mode I want to show is these scene modes, and it's kind of handy. They're color temperature modes for the most part, but I'm gonna get down here and go to the bottom one, which is 3200, which according to the icons on here, and you can look them up in the manual to make sure you know what they are, but 3200 should be shade, 4000 is cloudy, 5200 is lightning, 5500 is daylight. Now, I usually run my lights when I'm doing everything at 5600, but 5500 is close enough. 6000 is fluorescent, 7000 is tungsten, and then back to shade. And once you have that selected, then you can hit set and use the plus and minus. That was at 10%, and we can go up to 100%. I'm going to go ahead and crank it up, and I'm going to go to let's see here. There we go. I'm going to go to the 5500. Now I can tell you, just holding this in my hand like this thing is bright. So I'm at 100%. I'm going to hold it at arm's distance. Whew, that thing is crazy bright. So let me get back to the mode. I keep forgetting how to do it on here. And I'm going to crank it down to 50%. Trying to get to the setting that would be maybe a good fill light. That's 50%. That is still bright. Let's try 30% or 25%. Okay, we're starting to get there. 25%, not too shabby. So 25%, I mean, it's hard to believe this. It says it has 7 hours of runtime. 7 hours at 25%. Let's kick it back up to 50%. And we'll give it a minute to calculate. 3.7 hours at 50%. And I'm going to go ahead and take it up to 100%. And see how long it takes. That's 1.4 hours. That's extremely good for such a tiny light like this. I'm very, very impressed. So I'm going to take it down to like 40. That seems a little harsh still. Let's go back to 30. All right, and I'm going to kill my main. There we go. So doesn't look too bad. Let's see kind of what the big, and actually a pretty significant spread when I'm looking at the wall over here. So, and when I'm looking at my monitor, it looks like I've got a pretty nice amount of light coming in. So I like this. This diffuser seems to work really good, but these lights are bright. They're really, really bright. I'll go back to my main over there. Whew, that is crazy bright. All right, now if we go to mode, so the next one is actual color temperature. So I can adjust it, like I said at the beginning, 2500K, extremely warm, all the way up to 8500, which is crazy white. And I would get back down to 5600 to match my other lights. Pretty easy. I like that. Okay, next one is going to be our standard RGB hue, or our standard hues, right? So we have our saturation, our brightness, and the color. So if I go to set, I'm on this kind of teal. So this should oh, I think I'm adjusting the saturation there. Let me try. There we go. So there's our different hues. Pretty easy. We'll go to mode again. Now this is one of the coolest features I've seen on any of these RGB video lights. Full RGB control. So it's done in percentages. So red, green, and blue. Right now it's 40% red, 0% green, 26% blue. I'm going to go ahead and just keep increasing the blue there, so I can get a nice rich purple out of it. Or if I want it to be more red, I can kick that down. Love that. Being able to get that really dialed in differently than doing it with the hue, I think is just a super, super cool feature. And then we have different fade modes. So that's number 1. Number 2 is this green to blue, the purple. It's kind of a rainbow. 3. So they're the same thing at different speeds. Okay, I can live with that. So we have our lightning, and we have 3 different speeds there. We have our police, again, with 3 different speeds. Our party light, and then it goes back to those presets I talked about earlier. So, packed with features. Now, man, if this thing had the Bluetooth like the digital photo did, this would be a super, super winner here. It's still a winner, don't get me wrong. I think this is great. It's small, super portable, very light, aluminum body, great features. Okay, let's talk price on this guy. Okay, just brought Amazon up over here just to double check. You never know when prices can change, but as the time I'm shooting this video, I can't believe it. $49. That's right, a buck under 50. So it's incredible that these lights have come down in price so much in the last year. Now, this is available on Prime. It says if I order today, which is a Thursday, that I would have this on Saturday. So very fast delivery on these things, which means they're in the States. They're gonna ship right away. You'll have it super quick. Absolutely a great light. And I can see me using this for all kinds of practical lights, just like I have the old bowling up here that's been up here for ages, using different colors for different things, being a practical light for emulating police lights. I've used that several times on production shoots. Very handy. Having more lights is always good. You can never have too many, but also being able to use these as little fill lights, or I need to set up a quick interview, or I'm traveling somewhere to go do like an interview shot, and I just don't have room to take all my big studio lights. I can take a few of these tiny lights and some tripods or some light stands, set them up super fast, and get really, really good results. So that's the beauty of these things. You can stick them in a corner somewhere, you can use them to light something, you can throw some color somewhere, and you can actually use them as key or fill lights or hair lights or backlights or rim lights or what. There's just so many uses for these small lights, and they just keep getting better and better and cheaper and cheaper. I don't know how much cheaper these things are going to get below 49 bucks, but that's just crazy. Now, this one doesn't have as many presets or scene modes as some of the other lights, but it makes up for it with the RGB, the battery life, and the brightness on this thing. This is crazy bright. One of the brightest of these RGB lights that I've seen. Now, I've seen normal bicolor lights that are just warm to cold or just color temperature daylight lights that are brighter in a small form factor, but there's fewer LEDs, or I mean, there's more LEDs that are just that color versus having to have all these RGB LEDs. So it's really amazing how much power they're getting out of this thing with all these RGB lights. So LAOFAS, Rainbow Fresh RGB video light. Oh, one other thing I want to mention about this guy is it supports 2 amp charging. So with some of them, I really have to be careful about which power brick I'm plugging into. Now, I've never burned one of them out, but if I have a higher amperage power brick, they just won't even charge. I have to put them on lower amperage power bricks. This one can take a 2 amp, which is really nice. So that means it charges pretty darn quick as well. So there's my review of the LAOFAS Rainbow Fresh, 49 bucks. 49 bucks on Amazon. Can't beat a deal like this. These new lights are just awesome. Now, one negative I want to point out about this light. This diffuser screen seems to scratch easy. Now, it's not going to be a problem. It's not going to affect your light. It's not going to affect any of the operation, but in just moving it around and charging in a few things, it's got a couple little scratches on it. So this cover just seems to be a little soft. That's the only negative I have about this. But again, other than aesthetics and how it just looks to your eye, it's not going to affect the operation, the quality, the brightness, or anything else. So not a functional negative, just something I've noticed. And since I'm just going off about how great this is, I figured I'd point out the one thing that kind of bugged me. 49 bucks on Amazon, link in the description below. I do get a little kickback when you buy these on Amazon. Doesn't affect the price, same price whether you use my link or not, but I really appreciate it. Helps to support the channel. Thanks for watching, everybody. Please like, share, and subscribe. Follow us on YouTube at Filmmaker Central. Join the conversation. Love to have you there. This has been Kerry with Filmmaker Central. I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.